Hello, it is me again, and today I'm going to be taking you through the song You Make Me Ache. I'm going to be talking a little bit about how it was made, where it started, where it is now, how that happened. So I'm going to get started here. So when I first got the song, Candace sent me this beautiful demo. And the chords as well. You make me ache with your beauty, oh God, you fill me up with your bounty. And what I really like about the chord progression is that it starts with the chorus in this one chord progression, and then the verses, where it starts saying everything is created through you, goes to a completely different chord progression. And I think that's just really nice because, a lot of time there's songs which, take a chord progression, and I mean, there's nothing wrong with it, but they'll take a chord progression and they'll use those like 4 chords in the song, maybe in a different order in the different sections, but it's mainly just like those chords. But this one, like the sections are really contrasting, so it was really nice to be able to play with that. So interesting thing about this song is that when it first, my first pass at it sounds completely different to the what we ended off with. So first what I did is I took those chords, I said here that I changed the key just because the original key Candace wrote it in was a little bit high for my voice, and I'd prefer to, it wasn't too high for my voice, I could sing the notes, but I'd prefer to sing it a bit lower so that it sounds better in my voice, if that makes sense. So this is the first pass at the song. So main instruments, piano, playing a melody. It's also a bit faster. You make me ache with your beauty, oh God. So I was kind of like struggling to get the vibe for this song on the first day, so I just did a little piano idea. And the first thing we said in the meeting was, let's not do it that fast, so then we have a little bit of a slower version. Then we were chatting, sent through some references, and Josh had the idea to make the main instrument actually guitar instead of piano. So instead of having piano play that beginning part, we have guitar. So that's just a little story of, the start of the song. I don't, some songs, I can kind of catch the vibe immediately and I'm like, yes, I know what this wants to sound like. But sometimes I'm just a little bit lost and I'm like, I don't know. I'm not sure where this song wants to go. And it takes a little bit of trial and error. So we ended up going with guitar as the main instrument instead of the piano. And so what I did here is I recorded the guitar twice and I doubled, so I recorded the guitar twice and I panned them left and right. So we start with this little broken chord plucked guitar pattern. And then I still wanted to have the melody playing, so I have that here. And I put the little melody here on this steel string acoustic MIDI tracks. So this is not actually me playing guitar with the little melody part, because let me tell you, I never claimed to be an amazing guitarist. I never did that. I play what I can, but I really did try to play the melody on guitar and it just wasn't sounding good. I'm not super good at like fast little melodies on guitar, and I was like, you know what? Why don't I rather just record it like from on my keyboard into this virtual instrument, because it's gonna sound better than me trying to play it on guitar. So that's actually not a real guitar. It's a virtual one. But honestly, like, can you tell the difference? Like, together, they just sound absolutely fine. So I would rather have something sound nice than me attempting to play a very bad guitar. So anyway, so that's the little interesting thing about the intro. So we start off with just the plucking and vocals here. You make me ache with your beauty. Oh God. And this like little chorus kind of repeats twice. So fill me up with your bounty. Oh. So the second time I wanted to have some harmonies come in with it. Your beauty. Oh God. Oh God. Just to build it up a bit. Fill me up with your bounty. Oh God. Oh God. Because I really felt like we needed to build it up into this second section here, because I kind of had an idea that when the second section hits, like this is where the song starts filling out. So the harmonies kind of like slowly start bringing in a bit more sound, and then we build up to this section. Piano, a few piano chords come in here just to also be like, yo, we're going somewhere else. Everything is created. There we go. And so now guitar starts going into strums instead of plucking. I love the chord progression in this section because it's very similar to one of my favorite songs of all time, which is While My Guitar Gently Weeps. It has this A minor chord and then the bass line descends. And that's what Candace does here. She has this A minor chord playing, but then it's got this like descending chromatic line. So it goes A minor with A in the bass, then A minor with G sharp in the bass, A minor with G in the bass. So the same chord, but there's like one note changing. So I really wanted to highlight that because I just love little like melody lines within the chords. So that's what I like brought out in this steel string acoustic. And have some harmonies happening. Oh God. And then this little gift up. Sorry, give me a sec. We have this little section here, which I really like. It's kind of like goes into this flowy section with the drums, the bass coming in, the guitar going into strumming. And then the end of this section, Candace had this little like quick notes. Staccato is what they're called. But like these quick little notes. Gift after gift after gift after gift after. Very nice. I love it. Okay. You make me ache with. Then we go into this chorus again, and I want it to be a bit fuller than the first time. So we have guitar strumming instead of plucking. We got some harmonies going on, some ahs, some oohs, all of the like. Oh God, you fill me up with your bounty. Oh God, oh. Yeah, very nice. Oops. And we got the drums are in, the bass is also in, and I have the guitars up here, but just playing some like octave, like little melody notes to also just fill it out a bit more. You fill me up with your bounty. Oh God, oh God. You make me ache with your beauty. So beautiful. And then we go into the little like verse section again. And this time again, like I always like to kind of have some kind of variation when a section comes back. you know, sometimes a song suits itself to a section which might sound exactly the same, but personally, I like there to be something new to like listen to in that section. It might be similar musically, but there's something new in there. So goes back to this section, and you know, the guitar's still doing this little descending line. Other guitars are strumming. We've got these harmonies as well, but this time I start bringing in the strings to fill it out a bit more, and they're very like high violin strings. Your great big family, oh God, everyone brought together because of your love. And then we go into this like bridge section / ending section. And what I love about this like transition is that we kind of just go straight into it. Like the piano just like starts jamming out to this fun little chord progression. Like, and everything just, like, guitars keep strumming. Like, it just, for me, it kind of feels like a little jam session moment, if that makes sense. Like, just enjoying this new chord progression that's coming in before the vocals come in here. So let's just listen to that. I also added these little extra melody parts on the guitar here. And the vocals come in here. You give me love deep in my soul. And I want to start building it up even more. So now the string part goes to these full string chords. And harmonies, lots of harmonies. You give me joy inexpressible. You give me peace deep in my soul. And you see here, I start bringing in this like little call and response kind of idea, because I want to slowly start subtly introducing this backing vocal in. So you hear over here that I sing, you give me peace, you give me peace, after the vocal sings it. Deep in my soul, you give me peace, you give so me it's just one there, and then they slowly start coming in more over here. Come together in the end. You see more of them. You give me hope. You give us rain, you give us sun, you nourish everyone. Lots of harmonies here. You give us grace, you give us rest, you give your best. You give me hope that everything will come together in the end. You give us grace, you give us rest, you give your best. So yeah, I was just basically trying to think of a way to kind of bring it down at the end. So I wanted like these backing vocals to start filling it out, and then slowly, like mainly the vocals start taking over the song, which is just a really nice way to kind of start toning it down. So you see over here, the piano first goes from this like rhythmic pattern here into just plain chords, like. Same thing happens with the guitars. So I'm like slowly bringing everything out. And the vocals, the harmonies start to take over, so that like we can end on like this just beautiful, like almost choir of harmonies. Rain, you give us sun, you nourish everyone. You give give us grace, you give us rest, you give your best. And I also, just a note on the tempo, you can see here, I slow the tempo down just towards the end. A lot of songs do that. It's actually called ritardando. And it just means start slowing down, which happens a lot towards the end of songs, just to bring everything to a nice, subtle ending. So yeah, that is basically an overview of the making of You Make Me Ache. You know, it started with me not sure of the vibe, and once I just got a bit of feedback from everybody and we kind of discussed some ideas, I was like, oh, this is the vibe we're going for, and it kind of helped me a lot to figure out where we were going with it. Also, another thing, you might be wondering why the vocal here. This is a particularly good song to talk about it because I did a lot of vocal takes for this song. I'm very particular about my vocals. So when I say it takes me a while to do vocals, this is what I mean. You know, some sections are easier than others. You can see, like, with the chorus sections, I didn't have to do that many takes because it was quite simple for me to sing and be happy with it. But like these verse sections, everything is created through you. It took me a while to be happy with it, so I did lots of takes, and then it's called a vocal comp, where basically you pick different little parts of each take, and you're like, okay, I like this little section, but I don't like this section, but I like the section from the other take, so I'll use that take. So it's basically like getting a puzzle and putting it together to make one vocal take, and it makes it sound really seamless. And it's just really nice because, especially for me, like someone I'm so critical on myself about vocals, it's nice to kind of have the freedom to just do a lot of takes, and none of them are bad. I mean, like, listen to this. Everything is created through you. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. I know. But I was like, nah, that's not the right take. But then this was the right take. Everything is created through you. Spot the difference. I don't know. I can't even spot the difference currently, but when I'm in the headspace of recording vocals, I can hear the difference very well. And yeah, I'm a perfectionist with my vocals, so that's just a little thing on vocal comps. But yeah, I hope you enjoy the song as much as we love it, and I hope you enjoyed this little, like, behind the scenes of how it came together.